Hi guys, my name is Sarah and today's topic is going to be RSE. RSE stands for Relationship Sex Education and it's been made mandatory. Yeah, you have no control, parents. That's it. We live in a liberal society that values freedom of choice, democracy, and all that jazz. But sorry parents, this is compulsory.
Great news, everybody! Democracy just kicked in!
This is going to be a very sensitive topic, so wish me luck. But before we begin, make sure you guys to hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss what I post. Looking at the material that's going to be part of this curriculum, I just found, I guess, these children books to be quite black and white, like critical thinking, push a one-way narrative, divisive, and so forth. These books will be introduced under themes of celebrating differences. These children books I find to be so problematic. I feel like it's going to just create division and it's going to make kids dumb. I feel like they're going to be influencing children to basically just kind of like pick a side. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be divisive. It should be books that actually encourage children to know and view the world as very diverse place and everyone's different. We should all respect each other. These books are titled Tyrannosaurus Drip. This particular book here pushes an agenda, and the agenda that it pushes is that it wants your children to be vegan, vegetarian, because it portrays the meat eater as grim, mean, disruptive to nature. And you know, the soft, kind vegetarian creature who wants nothing but peace. The writer of this book is Julia Donaldson, and I feel like she is really trying to push this, you know, vegan, vegetarian agenda. Read the book for yourself. Okay, back to these books. You have another one titled No Difference Between Us. The pronoun book. She's my dad. We don't eat animals. I'm not food. I'm a super vegan. V is for vegan, the ABC of being kind. Yeah, I really wanted to make this video, guys, because I wanted to bring awareness to a particular video that I found, and I just found it so shocking. This is not what kids should be exposed to at all, and I would be absolutely appalled if this happened at my children's school. This video is actually 2 months old on YouTube and it's by channel named Reclaim the Media. It's titled Groomed: How Schools Sexualize Your Children. I just thought to include a couple of segments for us to look at so you guys can see why some parents have concerns. And why they think this is not necessarily a good, positive thing that's going to be introduced to school. So let's go ahead and watch a segment of this video.
Not so long ago, our children went to school to be educated, not indoctrinated. Reading, writing, arithmetic. When it came to the thorny topic of sex education, it was traditionally a teacher's job to equip children with the basics to allow them to stay safe from unwanted pregnancies, sexually transmitted diseases, and sexual predators. And whilst most parents were happy to leave the birds and the beads stuff to the teachers, sex education wasn't compulsory, leaving some parents the choice to opt out. However, in the new hypersexualized culture of 21st century Britain, a perfect storm of fear and opportunity has arisen. A new wave of activists and sex-positive liberals saw an opportunity not just to educate and inform children, but to sexualize and radicalize them. Last summer in London, a Labour council invited a rainbow dildo butt monkey to host children's reading groups in libraries. Drag Queen Story Hour, which does exactly what it says on the tin, has now become a huge growth industry in our schools. However, the apprehension of having drag queens perform to young children is also shared by some drag queens themselves.
I have no idea why you want drag queens to read books to your children. I have no idea. A drag queen performs in a nightclub for adults. There is a lot of filth that goes on, a lot of sexual stuff that goes on. And backstage, there's a lot of nudity, sex, and drugs. Okay? So I don't think that this is an avenue you would want your child to explore. Would you want a stripper or a porn star to influence your child?
And then you just move your bum up and down like that, and that's twerking.
So as you guys saw, that was absolutely shocking and unnecessary, and I just do not understand the purpose of why a drag queen needs to go and teach children about empathy and acceptance. What does that have to do with empathy and acceptance? It's absolutely beyond hypocritical to say we're liberal societies that really values, you know, freedom of choice, and here we are making this compulsory. As part of relationship sex education, they will be introduced these materials, and these materials, these are kind of like soft. These materials that I've shown you guys, they're not so bad, but there is other shocking children's books out there, and some of them portray a narrative to children that you can change your sex, you know, you're born a boy, you can become a girl, and vice versa. This is so problematic. Particularly bottom surgery is a very, very complex operation. It's not a walk in the park. It's not like you go have an operation, that's it, now you have, you know, female genital area. It's not like that at all. Like I said, guys, it's not a walk in the park. And I feel like we're kind of simplifying these ideas, and we're giving these children these books. As a child, you know, you're going to read that book, you're like, oh wow, you know, you're born a boy but you can actually become a girl, or vice versa. It's just so problematic. It's not the bigger picture. And you know, just like we don't talk about certain topics to children because we know they won't be able to comprehend the bigger picture.
Like, you're very lucky you didn't modify your body. Even seeing your video from 3 years ago, at that point I already had the surgery. When you were so real in your video saying why is the reasons you're not getting the surgery, because they're lying to us. The surgeries are not where they should be. They're not as safe as they're sold. I was sold a sex reassignment surgery. I'm still male. I'm not. I never became female. Like, that's the reality.
That's the crazy part is, and I've said this, and I would love to get in specifically about the complications you've experienced with getting a neo-vagina and why you regret it. But one thing that's really interesting to me is it's so true that what you're sold is something different. So when you go in, and this is from, I have a lot of friends who've had the surgery, you know, they go into it, even the ones that are happy with the results are still unhappy with, they were not properly communicated with as far as the risks, the upkeep, the everything.
There's so much more improvements that need to take place, you know, particularly in British school, like eating healthy food, going outside, exploring. There's so much more we could educate our kids about and just keep them out of politics. You know, have developed their critical thinking, or shall I say their unbiased critical thinking skills, then they'll be able to make decisions for themselves. I do believe, you know, in a secular liberal society such as Britain, we should all have the right to just exist as we please. I don't have an issue with that, like, you do you. The issue that I have is these children books are so suggestive, and I feel like it's actually pushing children to be confused about their gender. Why are we making this a center of topic? I don't think it matters whether you're straight, gay, like, who cares? This is definitely an issue that exists in Western societies. I don't know if it's because guys, I don't want to sound insensitive. I definitely empathize with those who, you know, have body dysmorphia. It comes in all different forms. It's like, this is exactly why if someone, they were a biological man, but they said, I want to be referred to as Emily, which is typically a female name, I would definitely give that person respect. I don't care. I don't really care what people do with their body, how they want to identify. The issues that I have is like when you're trying to indoctrinate and confuse children. After having said all of that, guys, I still feel like if you're a parent and you don't mind your child being exposed to this, you should have every right. Do you, honey? But like, why make this compulsory? I believe this has been made compulsory because there's an agenda. Whether it's Tyrannosaurus drip that pushes the vegan agenda forward, or whether it's Are You a Boy or Are You a Girl book that pushes confusion, like, and makes your gender the center of topic. And it shouldn't be like that. I've seen the narrative out there like, oh, you know, these parents are so ignorant. Why they don't, these parents are so ignorant because they don't want their children to be educated and be well-informed citizens. Excuse me, I can talk to my own child. We should always respect each other's different ways of living. That is literally the harm principle. If you believe in liberalism, then you believe in the harm principle, which basically just states that you as a citizen, if you're Muslim, Jew, straight, gay, black, I don't care, you can live in this society by your values and morals as long as you don't harm anyone else. I do think it is so hypocritical to project these ideas onto children, because one, it's not the bigger picture, two, we're going to confuse them and we're going to suggest topics to them. It's just so sneaky, and it's very clever the way they're doing it. I know this tends to be such an issue more in America, but honestly guys, whatever happens in America is prevalent because it does filter out onto British society. So yeah guys, I hope you didn't find that content too disturbing, but I feel like I had to share it, and I feel like this topic is interesting if you are a parent, if you're a teacher, or if you're just particularly interested in this topic. And just before I wrap this video up, shout out to Reclaim the Media, really good YouTube channel that keeps people informed. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this content. Make sure to like and subscribe if you have, and I'll see you guys next time.